As shared by Mrs. Young, the way forward is to implement best practices to safeguard and improve our agricultural productivity in the midst of global temperature changes. Shelley outlines some of the best practices that she applies to protect her livestock from the impacts of climate change.
These houses are tunnel ventilated houses. Um, they're basically first world technology. Um, they're climate resilient infrastructure. Um, so they are built to withstand a category 3 hurricane as it relates to water storage. That's a very important aspect of the farm because we have to ensure that the flock has water, adequate water throughout the growth period. So we have a 50,000 gallon storage tank for the farm, which is able to which we're able to use for a 2 week period, just in case we have a hurricane or any kind of natural disaster. We rely heavily on electricity, so just in case we have power outage because of a hurricane or any other natural disaster, we also have a generator for backup electricity. So I'd encourage farmers to ensure that they have adequate water and adequate storage as it relates to their crop and what is important to their crops.
Although she does not practice rainwater harvesting, Shelley has put much investment in water storage.
We have a well on our farm, and where my farm is located, I'm basically blessed because we also have national irrigation, and we also have a well on the farm. So basically, we invest in water storage just in case the supply is out because of any disaster.
The poultry farmer believes that the lack of accessible credit has affected the adaptations by farmers.
Because in order to protect the farms, you have to invest in these infrastructures that we have invested in on our farms, such as the water storage. It is very expensive to build a water storage or a 50,000 gallon water storage for our farm. Because I'm in poultry, I can only speak to poultry farmers. So we rely heavily on electricity. It's also expensive for us to build out the infrastructure to protect the farm against natural disasters, like, for example, the water storage and also the generator, and to invest in these kinds of technology because, as I said before, the houses are built to withstand a category 3 hurricane.
And the lack of knowledge also poses a challenge to farmers.
Because some farmers are not aware of what is happening as it relates to climate change and so on. They're just not aware of how it affects their crop, I think, basically.